What are some of the differences between a $35 or $135 chatbot that you can get out on AppSumo or the App Store, and some of the kinds of things that we write at my firm? Glad you asked. Let's dive in. So, um, I've looked at dozens and dozens and dozens of chatbot solutions out there, and some of them are great. Some of them are not so great, and you'll see. There's going to be something that stands out. But here's the kind of the way to think about it. When you're going to implement a digital assistant, a chatbot, anything of that nature, I want you to think about the function that you want to produce. Maybe it's lead gen. You want it to write to your CRM. Maybe it's asking questions, pre-qualification for appointment setting, or a recommendation bot where they ask a series of questions and then make a recommendation based on the answers that were provided on which direction to go. Maybe it's just something as simple as an FAQ bot. There's a couple things to take note of. Number one, how much function do you want to get out of that digital assistant? Is it just one function? Because there's a lot of the pre-canned stuff that I'm seeing. If you just want one function, you can probably go and find a bot that performs that one function. When you want to incorporate multiple functions either into the same bot or into the same family, into the same environment, you don't want a one-off tool for A and a one-off tool for B. It's kind of like the idea of housing your CRM in a place that can also communicate with the email program that you've got, or your autoresponders, or etc. Now, some of these programs integrate with something like Google Sheets or some of these other providers. You got to be careful of security. But really what you have to do is you just have to ask yourself, do I want it to play fair with other programs, and how far do I want the business function to go? Then you start to dive into security. Then you start to dive into, how do I know when something went wrong, error logging? How do I, what kind of an SLA do I have with the company? Do I have the ability to implement updates and changes myself, or do I have to go through tech support, etc.? That's the big difference. The big difference is really extensibility. So again, if you just need one function one time, you want to collect email addresses on your website, that's it. Maybe something from AppSumo or the App Store might make sense for you. But if you want to do more with that data, if you want to, and you don't want to do it manually, that's when it's time to really start thinking about a little bit more advanced capability, maybe a third-party vendor, maybe if you're a do-it-yourselfer, which this is really tough for me to say, but if you're a do-it-yourselfer, maybe you look for a low-code AI chat builder platform. The problem that we found with those so far is that it's another job. It's like learning another language. Let me know any questions you've got about other things that you might want to consider looking at before you go to drop that implementation. Talk soon.